Saravanan, and today I'd like to tell you that I decided to choose clinical psychology as my future path. Now, the reason why I chose this was because I wanted to help people become better versions of themselves through methods like therapy. I wanted to shape them in a way where they would be able to protect themselves from the future. Some things like depression and anxiety. 2 months ago, I started an internship under a psychiatrist in a hospital. Now, I'm a person that's very scared of hospitals, and normally I don't have the strength to go there for any cause whatsoever. So you might be wondering, why did I decide to go for an internship at a hospital? Well, my parents came up to me with this big opportunity, and they told me that if I go for this internship, I'll gain exposure, I'll gain new skills, and I'll be able to evolve in a different way before I go to college. I didn't think twice when I told them I'm going. Before I went for the internship, I looked in the mirror and I told myself, you can do this. You're going to blow away everyone's minds with your thirst for knowledge, and you're going to come out as a stronger person. You're going to do what you've always wanted to do. You're going to wake people up from their nightmares. You're going to help them. And it turns out, what I told myself that day was right. Just because I stepped outside of my comfort zone, I gained so many new skills. And I surely didn't see any of it coming when I started this school year. Now let me tell you what instilled this huge trauma in me. In 2013, my mother, brother, and I had come to India for vacation. My father would normally join us later, and we would go back to US as a whole. But this time, he didn't join us. This was because that year, I met with a severe accident. I recovered well, but there were so many instances that had scarred me for life. You really can't blame me, because at the time, I was only 6. I remember one time when I was supposed to be wheeled away from the ICU into my separate room, and I was so insecure that I wouldn't sit on the bed. I thought people would look at me weirdly. And the second incident was when my grandma would sit right next to me and teach me to be strong and ignore the feeling when the nurses had to inject medicine into my arms. At first, when I returned to the USA, we had this writing assignment in class. Now, I was late to first grade because of the accident. But when we got to that assignment, we were supposed to write about something that inspired you or a passion that you had. Me being me, a 6-year-old kid, had went and written, I am a doctor. I didn't know that you had to grow up and study and work hard and go to college to become one. I was just so inspired by the way that they had helped me and helped me recover from that accident. I learned so much, and whatever I could get my hands on went inside my brain. I was so inspired, but one dream that I had one night crashed it all. I had a dream where a person in front of me was dying without oxygen, and I was not able to save them. I was chained back by this invisible force in my dream, and after I woke up from that dream, because I wasn't able to save the person, I told myself that I would never again aim to be a doctor. I didn't want to scar myself further or hurt other people. So when I went for this internship, I explained all of this to the doctor, and what she told me really helped me. The first point is that because I'm returning to the hospital and experiencing it through my own eyes for the first time, it's definitely going to be scary. But she told me that over time, as I experienced it, I will get rid of my fear, because the key to getting rid of phobias is exposure. When I saw clients or patients that came to see the doctor, I started thinking, why did they have the symptoms that I felt like I was having? I told this to the doctor, and what she said was that as a psychologist or a psychiatrist, it will feel like you have those exact same problems, but in reality, you don't. She said that even though I was scared to help other people because I felt like I had the same problems, it was okay. Because 10 years from now, I'm going to be a completely different person, and I'll probably not be as scared as I am now. And the last point that she told me was that humans evolve. No matter what I am now is not going to matter or be the same me in the future. Because honestly, Rome wasn't built in one day, was it? Now I remember a second incident that molded me for life. I remember exactly 2 days before I finished 6th grade, my parents sat me and my brother down and they told us that we would be going to India for vacation. Fun, right? You can see all of your friends and family that's halfway across the globe. No, it wasn't funny. Little did I know that I would not be going back. I was trapped by guilt because I didn't say goodbye to any of my friends, any of the teachers that I had made in 11 years of living there. Because of this, I became a really rebellious and stubborn 7th grader. Everyone thought they understood my mind and that they knew how my mind worked. They didn't. Instead, they only made my condition worse. And over time, I came to realize that the people around me, they wouldn't help me because I kept pushing them away. And I guess it was life's way of saying, grow up and learn to solve your own problems because you're the only one that's going to be there for you in the future. So I realize now that if I hadn't made that move, I probably wouldn't have gained so many mentors and so many new friends for my future. I probably also wouldn't have realized that what I was meant to do in life. But at that tender age of 11, it was a struggle. Many people still ask me today, have you settled down from your big move? And every single time, I repeatedly tell them, no, I have not settled, and I will not. I will not. I haven't, and I will not. This may seem like a really, really rude answer to everyone, but I believe that if you settle down in one place, you're not going to be able to get up and keep moving the next time life makes you get up from your seat. And this will happen no matter who you are. Through this journey of overcoming so many hurdles, I realized what I wanted to do with my life. And in turn, life itself helped me gain the strength that I needed in order to become the best version of myself. Now, I'm not saying that I'm done evolving, but what I am trying to say is that everyone has a life path set out for them, even if they're blind to it for a really long time. Some people may be doing what they're supposed to be doing in life in their day-to-day routines. Some people may be inspired to choose a career because of what they went through, like me. But I believe that if not everyone around you will understand that. And if they don't, that's probably a good thing because you're on your way to becoming a better you and also changing things for the betterment of others. Now, my topic was about life and its predetermined path. But before I get into the 3 theories or topics that I leave you to ponder upon, I'd like to tell you that whoever you are, whatever has happened in your life, and wherever you come from, you may have battled events in your life like PTSD, anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, self-harm, and so much more. But none of that matters. Even if people have spoken down to you, even if people speak behind your backs, Even if people closest to you tell you that you cannot achieve dreams that are closest to your heart, it really does not matter. So my topic was about life and its predetermined path. Coming back to the topic, I came up with 3 theories, as I had told you. Now, you may forget me at the end of the day as soon as you walk through those doors. But I'd like to leave you with these points to either follow or ponder upon. It's your choice. The first point is to connect the dots. Now, you have to look back at your past to see both good and bad events, because those events are what are going to shape you for your future. If you look back on these dots, you're probably going to make a better next time and an even better tomorrow. The second point is to find your passion. I'm sure many of us here have probably tried out new activities and hobbies, trying to get something out of it. But many of us, or some of us, may have failed to do so and therefore stopped. And that's okay. Because I'd like to tell you that even if you're going far-fetched and you still don't find what you're supposed to do in life, it's probably simple and right in front of you. Things that we overlook in our day-to-day lives. The third point, and the final point, is to not only learn from your mistakes. Many people tell us as we grow up to fix your mistakes and then work on your strengths. That's not true. I'd like to tell you that you should also learn to focus on your experiences and fix them too. Because if you focus on just your weaknesses, your strengths are still there. You can't make them even better, can you? Now, as I stand up here on this stage, sending a message to the entire world, and also all the people that haven't yet found their purpose in life, I'd like to say that you don't have to do something in life for you to be meaningful. A person once told me that as long as you don't have to have a dream, it just matters whether you're happy or not. To me, life's purpose is 2 things. Number 1, to find what you want to do with your life. Again, it doesn't have to be really far-fetched if you don't want to do it. It doesn't have to be a businessman or a doctor, an engineer, if that's not what your heart tells you. But find something that makes you, you. And the last point is it's that life constructs you in a better way. Life gives us experiences and makes us go through obstacles for certain reasons. Because in the future, it will help you improve not only weaknesses, but your strengths. So, as I stand here upon the stage again, I'd like to tell you to take a deep breath in and just follow life. Thank you.